Hey everybody, Drew Thomas here, and um, sorry it's been a while since my last stream, that being my Easter stream. No, wait, I did a stream after that. It was the stream where I was talking about Six Flags. It was the one I did after Bean Boozled, which, yeah, talk about that. Anyway, so I thought I'd update you about some things. Like, as you all know, me and my ex-girlfriend Layla broke up. We are no longer dating, so I am once again a bachelor. However, this does not mean I'm going to be online dating or anything else like that. If anything, I'm not going to be dating anymore. And yes, I did go through that brief phase where I had a crush on a certain fictional character, which I'd rather not address. Otherwise, they're going to call me a Team Awesomeness member, and I'm not like that. Anyway, so, um, yeah, so I'm once again going to be single. So I am probably going to, I think I might either cancel or postpone the Silver Doll City vlog while I was vlogging at the city. However, I am going to be releasing a Drew Thomas music video of Walk of Life by Dire Straits. However, before I do that, I need to update the intro to take out the mention of my ex. Because, yeah, we are no longer together, so there's no reason to, well, include her a part of my channel. I mean, I could still probably see if she wants to voice a character or something, but she's not going to be my girlfriend anymore. We will not be together again. We're just going to be friends from now on. We'll be like brother and sister. We still love each other, just not like, mushy gushy love. So, anyway, now let's talk about Six Flags, because I've been hearing a lot and I've been seeing a lot. So, because every weekend at the Holiday Inn is booked, I'm either going to stay at the Holiday Inn on weekdays, and I will also probably, and if I want to stay during the weekend really badly, I'll just stay at a hotel. But to be honest, I'm mostly going to be spending my weekends in Branson. I mean, let's face it, Silver Doll City is a much better park. No offense to Six Flags St. Louis, I still love that place. I'm still excited for opening day the first opening day under new ownership, that being by Enchanted Parks. However, Six Flags no longer operates it, but they're still going to call it Six Flags St. Louis for this year. Unless they can get like a renewed contract and call it that and keep the name for a while, which I doubt it. There's also been discussion of them, like I said before, that they're trying to strike a deal with Warner Brothers, but there's no update on that. So my best guess is that they're probably not going to have any Warner Brothers theming anymore. If for any reason they do, which I'm hoping they do, it'll be nice to still see the Looney Tunes. But I'm still going to be going as much as I can, so I can see the Looney Tunes one last time, give them one more big hug. It all depends on what characters are going to be there. But yeah. I'm not going to push it back, but I'm probably going to. But I need to work on a new vlog intro. I will be releasing it soon, though. I will work on the new vlog I'll work on the new vlog intro this weekend, and I'm also going to be cleaning my room up so I can, at least around the area where the outline of Sodor is, so that way I can go back to making Drew Thomas and Friends. I am going to build some Trackmaster 2 track as well, and it's going to lead to the new set that I have. So yeah, I'm going to clean my room this weekend. If I have the balls to do it anyway. Which honestly, I just need to get it done. But yeah. Yeah, I will put batteries in the new James and I will get it working. Anyway, so I will be going to Six Flags opening weekend. I was gonna do the vlog with my ex, but well, because we're not dating anymore, I'm not gonna be bringing her. Yep. The only reason why I brought her is because we were dating, and well, usually the boyfriend has to be the one to take the girlfriend. Even though I don't drive, my mom drives. I do plan to get my license, but thankfully now that I'm no longer going to be dating, there won't be much pressure because honestly, I felt quite a bit of pressure whenever when as I was dating my girlfriend. There's always so much to do. I had to give her a lot of gifts. I had to make sure I give as much attention to her as possible. I had to text her a lot. Like, it was just it was just hijacking my life and making it hard for me to enjoy myself whenever I'm going places. And plus, sometimes yeah, I still had a lot of great memories from this date. Like, this was actually the best relationship I've had in a while because the other two weren't as good. And well, I have done things for them, but yeah, sometimes it's not enough for them though. They all want more. Some want to actually, yeah, because some actually wants to have children. Some wants to, well, some want to, some have different interests and ways of having fun. Like, redneck lady, she absolutely hated going near the big city, which I love going to any city because I like to see the world. And while seeing trees and camping, that's not seeing the world. Plus, I am not a huge fan of camping on account of that one camping trip I had when I was a kid. Honestly, camping is a nightmare for me. It's just you're in the wilderness, you have nothing but a tent, sleeping on the hard rock ground. It's just, yeah. I mean, there are fun parts of camping like campfires and stuff. I like glamping mostly though, like sleeping in a cabin. Like the last time I did camping was I went to a summer camp, but we didn't have tents. We slept in cabins. I was in a cabin with a few other boys on the spectrum this was a co- because this was a summer camp dedicated fully to kids on the autism spectrum. Like they had all sorts of activities. They had zip lining, soap making, um, campfire songs, hay rides, a carnival. It was a lot of fun. Probably the best summer camp I've done. Now, Boy Scouts was nice, but at the same time, Boy Scouts was something I mostly did with my biological father, which I'm not really a Boy Scout person anymore. But yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't mind going camping at the city, like Silver Dollar City, but well, it would have to be mostly glamping, maybe sleeping in a camper, but definitely not sleeping in a tent. Because I'm definitely not going to be sleeping in a tent. I'm not a wilderness person. Like, you know, I do believe in now don't get me wrong, I love campfires. Like I love putting up campfires, I love roasting marshmallows, I love the sweet smell of barbecuing. But well, yeah, camping is a nightmare, especially when the only things to do is swim in a lake or a river, which I absolutely despise. Even with glamping, I still despise swimming in a lake and river because you never know what creatures you're gonna get. Plus, I am not a huge fan of mucky water. I much rather swim in chlorified water, which is still not clean, and plus you have to deal with like jocks and dumb kids. But yeah, It's actually called the Campfire Song. It's CAMPFIRESONG song. And if you don't think that we can't sing it faster, then you're wrong. But it'll help if you just sing along. I feel like that would be fun to see Thomas and Percy sing. Like, that would just be freaking awesome. But yeah. And before you ask, I don't want to camp. I'd much rather stay in the comfort of a hotel, or I'd much rather stay in a hotel, maybe a cabin, but mostly a hotel. Like if it's a cabin, it better have a TV and stuff. My cabin didn't really have a TV, but what we did use the laptop, and we watched movies on that when I went glamping. Yeah. Summer camp was nice. I did do a glamping trip somewhere near Steelville, which honestly, we mostly got processed foods. We didn't do I mean, we did roast marshmallows. We had matchsticks, and we would put marshmallows on a stick, and we used the matches, and we would roast it with the. It was actually a lot of fun, but yeah. Yeah, speaking of hotels, I did book for Labor Day weekend at the Holiday Inn at Six Flags. That'll be my last regular visit stay, and also my last actual hotel stay before it becomes the Holiday Inn at Mid America by Enchanted Parks. Or unless they change the hotel, but I'm pretty sure it's still going to be Holiday Inn. I'm hoping they're going to keep the shuttle that takes people to Mid America. Like, which I'm pretty sure they are. They just have to change the signage and also everything else. But yeah, every other weekend is booked. Like every weekend in the summer is booked. But not to worry, I'm going to be spending most of my weekends in the summer at Branson at Silver City. Sometimes I'll stay with my friends. Yeah, sometimes I'll stay in the same hotel as my friends, albeit in a different room. Sometimes I might just stay with my family, mostly my mom and sisters, because they have Silver City passes. My brother does not. Probably mostly my mom and older sister, possibly my younger sister. And I will do Whitewater, though. Yeah, every summer weekend, the caboose is booked. Yeah, I tried to see if the caboose was available for 4th of July weekend and the weekend that I wanted to stay, and the weekend they start doing the shows. They're all booked. At least the cabooses, anyway. Yeah. You can stay in the caboose, but yeah. I prefer staying at the Holiday Inn, though. Which that's a fun place to be. Anyway, Wyatt was at the St. Louis Zoo today, so stay tuned for his videos. I honestly need to make a return to the St. Louis Zoo myself. Like, maybe I might go for maybe I might see if Mom wants to go for Animals Aglow. I could probably do that sometime in May. If they're still doing it, of course. I am also just or honestly I might just pop in for a visit one of the maybe I'll do a weekday stay at Six Flags, and I'll do Six Flags one of the days, and then the other days do the St. Louis Zoo. Yeah, I bet you Diddy Dominic could not stop talking about how he knows much about the train, but yeah. Of course, I haven't really heard from him for ages, so yeah, hope he's silent. But yeah, I'm I definitely need to make a St. Louis Zoo episode. I will do a Fright Fest episode at Six Flags about Tommy G and his worry about what's going to happen to Six Flags because I'm also a little worried about the train myself. Like half of me is worried that they're going to replace it with the diesel hydraulic. Like like that's one of my main worries. that they're going to sell Tommy G to another park that has flatter lands, and they're just going to replace Tommy G with a diesel hydraulic. Well, my mom is off that weekend. Maybe I could probably. I might have to ask and tell her what she thinks. If that's the case, then we could just. And, okay, because they have a bridge that crosses the highway. I mean, sure, that means we. I mean, sure, it means we won't have a shuttle, but hey, I wonder if Jellystone has a shuttle because I know that Jellystone, which is used for Santa's Magical Kingdom, they said it. They said it was a resort. Although, I hope you like Yogi Bear, and hopefully, he doesn't take your picnic basket. There is a train there too, but it's only there for like to take visitors around the campground. But yeah, come to think about, it, I'm not sure the train is actually functional for well. Oh no, I might stay in the caboose. I might see what my mom thinks. Of course, I only got two more weeks after. Yeah, yeah. In fact, 2 weeks from tomorrow, Six Flags St. Louis is going to open. So hope y'all can come to opening day because I would love for you guys to come. I mean, my girlfriend's not going to be there, so I'm pretty much all yours. You don't have to worry about having her come along and you know her taking a while. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've heard about that. I might see about going. I might see about going just because I want to get paid that week too. We might do karaoke that weekend, although I'm pretty sure, which I am off that day. However, the Sunday afterwards, I'm going to be at Merrimack Springs because we're having an Easter picnic there. We're gonna get a little picnic area. The kids are gonna play. However, I feel like after I eat, I'm just gonna go for a walk, just hike around and stuff. Yeah, I'm hoping you can make it. I'm hoping both of you guys can make it because honestly, it would be nice to spend time with you guys at Six Flags because you need to see what it's like on a regular operation day, which you can bet I'm definitely going to be going on the train a lot. Especially now that my girlfriend's no longer coming, I'm just gonna just probably spend most of my time on the train. Now I'm still gonna do roller coasters, so I'm still gonna do my favorites like Batman, American Thunder, Mr. Freeze, Screaming Eagle, which happy 50th anniversary to Screaming Eagle, by the way, aka the best roller coaster and one of the best roller coasters in the park. It's a winner. I could probably do that. I mean, it's just for the day. Honestly, yeah, yeah. I will definitely see what my mom thinks or my sister because I think I'm gonna ask my sister to take me. Um, yeah. How is she, by the way? I saw that she was active on Facebook Messenger, and I was like, I hope she's doing okay. But yeah, oh, I forgot that guy loved my channel a whole lot. I haven't really heard from him a whole lot about my channel in a while. Oh well. Um, I know for sure that I'm hoping. Hey, the best part is I can also find my YouTube friends. Ides of March, Midwest Fun Page, and yeah. Well, hopefully Six Flags is giving her the time off she needs. I might. Of course, I'll have to see what my mom thinks. hey, maybe while she's up in Washington, she can get some shopping done for the Easter picnic. So it's a win-win for both of us. Granted, I'll have to see what she thinks, which she's not going to be coming home till later tonight because she's currently helping. She's currently waiting for my sister because she is currently doing Beetlejuice. Because they're doing Beetlejuice Jr. at my sister's school. So my mom is going to be there for her to come pick her up whenever she's done, and also probably to see the show or maybe to get some work done around her class. So I honestly, I might have to ask her Sunday or maybe tomorrow. Probably tomorrow before she leaves to take my sister to prom. Because my sister's going to prom. But yeah. I think I might bring my trains mostly so we can fix them up. But yeah, I'll definitely see about going to the show. Granted, my mom's okay with it. Well, honestly, I'm pretty sure she will. She knows how much I love trains. Plus, at least we're not doing, Mary Meacham, the Mary Pull Your Train. Honestly, the main reason why I wanted to do a St. Louis Zoo episode is because, well, I wanted to give Mary Meacham her redemption, and I'm also wanting to introduce more Zootopia characters. Sorry, folks, my dogs keep barking. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to see Jerry again. It's been a while since I've seen him. I missed the chance to see him at the WFMP meeting because I couldn't go because one, I had work, two, they postponed it to a different weekend because honestly I should have just taken off. I should have just taken off work. I should have asked my manager if she could, possibly get me to swap shifts with someone. Could have worked a Wednesday and someone else could have worked my shift. Damn it. Oh well. At least now I know for the future. Hopefully I can get my dues paid and hopefully, which I'm sure I will, as soon as I get paid, I'm probably gonna set some money aside to pay my dues. And yeah. I'm I'm definitely looking forward to railroading again though. And not being railroaded. Yeah, I also wish that he could come to Six Flags. Although, because he works for the city, it'd be pretty hard to see him on a weekend because he works at the city, and those are like the busiest times. Plus, weekday operations are getting ready to start for Silver Dollar City. I might see if the three of us could stay at a hotel in Branson so we can do Silver Dollar City for summer nights. But yeah. I'm also wanting to go to the zoo, like I said, which I think that I might just stay a weekend which I think I might stay during the week. Well, not during the week, but I might stay a couple days at the Holiday Inn during weekdays, of course, because the weekends are all booked. Unless if one opens up magically. Which, honestly, weekdays at Silver Dollar City would be Six Flags would be pretty chill. And then I do the zoo the next day and then go home. Of course, we'll stop by Wally's on the way back because that's a tradition now. Every time I go to St. Louis, we have to stop by Wally's. Because, yeah. Oh, cool. They must have pulled him out a little bit so they could do some. I think Jerry's probably doing spring training. I know that he'll definitely stay at the park, which means I don't think they're going to replace Tommy G. I mean, why? Why would they do that? The least they're going to do is change the lettering on the tender and the coaches, And probably also maybe give Tommy G a new coat of paint. Like maybe they'll keep him red, maybe they'll switch him back to his Mid America colors, which was red with a hint of gold and yellow. Or I mean, obviously he has the white walls. Maybe they might, um, but I doubt that they would bring another engine into the park unless that they struck a deal with Busch Gardens to bring back the engines. I just hope they can find a good brand deal after the Warner Brothers licensing, unless that they can have a year of licensing or something like that, where they're allowed to keep the Looney Tunes and DC stuff for a while until they can find better brand deals. Like as of right now, I'm not sure what Mid America would do if they can't keep the Looney Tunes, but maybe they might find some intellectual properties and hopefully they can, or maybe they might bring back the characters that appeared in Mid America. I'm not sure. We'll have to find out. I've only seen some clips and videos, like obviously during the 40th anniversary reel, it showed a couple of costume characters that were definitely not the Looney Tunes. I don't know, maybe they might be able to strike a deal with Warner Brothers. Because not only they have to get rid of the Looney Tunes, but they also have to get rid of the Peanuts. Like Charlie Brown, Snoopy, Lucy, Schroeder, all that stuff. Every single Looney Tunes / Peanuts properties would all have to go. So they would have to try to find a brand deal, unless they could strike a deal with Warner Brothers. Because Warner Brothers has the rights to Peanuts, I'm pretty sure. At least they have it for home media rights. Because almost every DVD now is owned by Warner Brothers. You'll still see the Paramount logo, though. But yeah. That's alright. The reason why I'm not bringing in guests is because, one, not a lot of guests are joining. Two, I don't want to bother them because they're probably busy with other stuff. So I think all future streams will probably be solo, unless if I'm streaming at Six Flags and whoever's on the train with me, as long as they're not a 6'7" kid, they can be part of the stream. But well, for fuck's sakes, I definitely don't have to deal with any brain rotted teens or kids hijacking my stream. I doubt it's gonna happen though, because I mean, I'm a pretty big guy. I don't think they're gonna mess with me. And I'm also right now in a rebellious phase where I just don't want where if anyone tries to take advantage of me, I'm gonna rebel. Because for goodness sakes, I did not like being bossed around and talked like I was a kid back in high school. It happened sometimes. But yeah. Hopefully things will work out for Six Flags or Mid America. Like if they can't keep the Warner Brothers the licensing deals, they need to find some other properties. I mean, obviously they would still have to probably retheme the roller coasters, which I don't mind that. Honestly, I'm excited to see what new names they're going to give to the coasters. Like maybe they could call Batman Cyclone, or maybe they could call Mr. Freeze, the polar. They could probably call Mr. Freeze, Polar Blast or something like that. Maybe they could, and well, they can also call Supergirl Highland Fling 2.0. Maybe they could probably call Shazam just, the Scrambler. I wonder what they would call Shazam, actually. I'm pretty sure they might just call it the Scrambler. I mean, I'm pretty sure that same Scrambler has been around during the Mid-America days because I've seen some videos that had a Scrambler. Oh yeah, they could call it Sub-Zero. So I feel like they might call it Sub-Zero. Obviously, me Midwest Fun page and Ides of March are going to keep our names. Although I'm going to change the name of the Drew Thomas passenger car to the Drew Thomas Enchanted Passenger Car, as named after Enchanted Parks. However, if for any reason I don't like the Enchanted Parks changes, I'm going to stop coming there altogether and just switch to Silver City. So yeah, which Ides of March calls Steal Your Dollar City. Which I know that Ides of March has done a lot of videos about and polls about what they're going to change the names to. Like maybe they'll call it okay, like they came up with all sorts of funny names. I'm not sure what they're going to rename the Bugs Bunny National Park, but it'll be funny if they just turn into a whistle stop park, much like how they did with Thomastown. I don't think they would do that though. I mean, sure, it's close to the train station, but I don't think they would make it train themed. I mean, sure, there's a miniature train, but I guess they could keep the Looney Tutor, just remove anything Looney Tunes, like get rid of Foghorn Leghorn, paint over the tender that says Looney Tutor, because that engine is because that same train model has been used for other stuff. Same thing for that boat. Yeah, the Tugboat Tailspin. I'm pretty sure they might just drop Yosemite Sam from the name and just call it Tugboat Tailspin. Oh yeah, Justice League is going like how would they replace it? Like, you know, how would they change the screens and the ride and the animatronics? Like that would be impossible. So yeah, Justice League has got to go. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they closed it for the rest of the season. And they just put, I don't know. But it'll be nice if they could probably maybe bring back the boat ride feeling, like as long as it's not like a small world knockoff like what Japan does sometimes in other countries. Like maybe do something like Floodline or something. Yeah, I feel like maybe they could probably turn Colossal Closeouts into like a no, not that place. Maybe that one, or actually maybe Thrill Seekers right next to Colossus could be, you know, a train themed store, or maybe I don't know. Um, I have a feeling the theaters are going to stay. Like Miss Kitty's Saloon probably might stay, although I'm not sure they're going to keep it as Miss Kitty's. They might just change the name. They'll probably write new shows and stuff. I just hope it isn't going to be like the Krabby Mondays from SpongeBob, the episode Selling Out. Which, if you've seen that episode, yeah. Yeah, it is actually owned by Six Flags. Canada's Wonderland is owned by Six Flags. Did you know that? Yeah, Canada's Wonderland is now owned by Six Flags because it used to be owned by Cedar Fair, but they merged with Six Flags, and so now it's technically a Six Flags park. So yeah, you are exactly right. Canada's Wonderland is your country's Six Flags, and it's not just a metaphor; it is. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed this Drew Thomas fun fact. And now back to our discussion. Anyway, I feel like I wonder if they might bring concerts back to the Old Glory Amphitheater. Because I would love to see that. Like, even if it's just like, bands starting off. Like maybe Benson like maybe if they have the money, Benson Boone. So I would love to hear him sing Mystical Magical at Six Flags St. Louis. And maybe they could sell moving ice cream in the ice cream store. Nope, not anymore. I mean, sure, it's still called Six Flags St. Louis Worlds of Fun in our state, but it's no longer a Six Flags park. So now there's only two original Six Flags park as of this year. Because come next year, Everything's going to change. We might even see some changes throughout the year, like maybe they might, like maybe they probably might have already painted over Tommy G's tender. I'm gonna have to talk with the engineers and see what and other railroad staff to see what they think. I do plan on doing a single day visit in May for Six Flags. I might come for Hurricane Harbor opening weekend, mostly so I could do the water rides, log flume, and but yeah. The world's a fun name is staying, but Six Flags St. Louis is not going to be called Six Flags St. Louis anymore. Honestly, I love the new Mid America name. I feel like it's definitely a great reminder of the past. And plus, it's not licensed by Six Flags because it's actually in the middle of America because that's where Missouri is. Right smack dab in the middle of the United States of America. Which that's why I think it's a great name for it. And well, maybe they could call it Mid America St. Louis by Enchanted Parks. Or maybe just Mid America because it's not really in St. Louis. Sure, it's in St. Louis County, but it's not technically St. Louis because St. Louis is, well, the actual city. I guess you could say the same about Kirkwood, but yeah. Oh, I didn't know you went to Worlds of Fun. Yeah, Worlds of Fun was pretty underperforming. I've heard all about it. I'm still gonna pay to visit just so I can see how it is, and so I can also see why Enchanted Parks wants to fix it up. So it looks like I'll be visiting my first two Enchanted Parks this year because while Six Flags is no longer owning Six Flags St. Louis, they still allowed to keep the name and branding until the end of this year. They might start removing bits and pieces though, like they might. I know it's stated on the passes, which we'll talk about that next. Um, actually, let's talk about the passes. So the passes include Hurricane Harbor. So I feel like maybe they might just keep the Hurricane Harbor names like Tornado, or maybe Hurricane Bay might change its name because yeah, I think they're still going to keep the Tornado name, Typhoon Twister, Gully Washer Creek, and the Tube Slides. In fact, the only thing I feel like they're going to change is, well, Hurricane Bay. They might just call it, you know, Enchanted, like maybe Enchanted Oceans or something like that. Oh, oh yeah, he's only been to Marineland. My bad. Anyway, of course I've never been to Canada, but yeah, yeah. Anyway, back to the passes. So there's two passes: the Enchanted Heroes Pass, and the Enchanted Legends Pass. Which and they also have new day tickets. They have the any weekend day visits, any weekday visit, and the good for any day and the good for any day ticket, which gets you any day in the park. Like you can use it any day in the park. And then, well, oh wait, I think there's a 1 day visit. We have to use it on that specific day. And then there's the good for any day, and then there's the weekend pass, which gets you any day of the weekend. And yeah. But they have also stated that includes Halloween events, which means they're still going to do Fright Fest. So, so the last ever day of Six Flags St. Louis is going to be November 2nd, 2026. That's going to be the last day it's called Six Flags St. Louis. And then by the time the gates close and the off season's going on, they're already going to start working on replacing things. Like they have to take down a big sign. I will probably do an update this Christmas while I'm traveling to the Polar Express trademark train ride up in St. Louis, or maybe when I go for karaoke. Because yeah, I'll get to see how they're gonna remove the signs. Um, which so far they said that the flags that are next to the sign aren't flying. There are no flags. And Bakersfield said it's because of the change, but no, that's not the main reason why. It's because it's the off season, so they don't want the flags waving because yeah, they'll give people the impression that it's open. But yeah, I am definitely looking forward to seeing these changes. I think I'm just gonna get a day ticket, and if I like it, I'll upgrade it to a Heroes Pass. If it's really great, and if I want to get more, then I will upgrade it to the Legends Pass, which is good for any Enchanted parks, by the way. That goes for Six Flags St. Louis, Worlds of Fun, Schlitterbahn, The Ronde, Great Escape, etc., which were all former Six Flags parks. But yeah, so you went to all three original Six Flags, well, all two original Six Flags park because Six Flags St. Louis is no longer owned by Six Flags Entertainment now. Wow. The only parks I've been to is Six Flags, Silver Dollar City, Wildwater West up in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and that's it. Which Wildwater West is a water park. I'm pretty sure the sign that was there was originally a Wendy's sign because it's a rectangle with a circle in it. When I saw that sign, that was screaming classic Wendy's. Almost made me want to get some chicken nuggets. Nope. I'm still gonna go to Disney World with or without my ex. My mom is welcome to invite them, but I feel like it would be a bad idea because it would just feel awkward and not romantic. Like it was supposed to be a romantic cruise, but where's the romance now that she's gonna be gone? So I'm just gonna be a solo bachelor, just enjoying my trip on the boat, just going to get something to eat, relaxing in the adults only area, maybe going for a swim for a while, do some slides. And if for any reason I don't want to explore any of the lands, I'll probably just stay on the boat when I'm on the cruise. Because I'm allowed to stay on the boat. You don't have to do the activities like Mexico, Central America, which they're probably just gonna have like fun stuff like, uh, like ocean swimming, maybe some excursions or stuff like that. But yeah, I one time went on this outdoor excursion and that was like close to Blue Springs, I'm pretty sure. No way it wasn't. It was at a different state park, but they had a zip line course that I got to do. I am planning on so I am gonna still do the activities I wanted to do in Disney World, except I'm not gonna except because my girlfriend's not going, I'm just gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna pick 6 things to do. Only 6, because like I need to pick 6 of the always wanted to do since I was a kid things. Especially since it all depends on how long the lines are, which I might see about getting a fast pass so I can get through the lines a little quicker. Which I think I'm gonna do Big Thunder Mountain, Small World, Space Mountain, um, obviously the train. Um, maybe I might do something in Tomorrowland and Fantasyland, or maybe somewhere in like Mickey's Toontown or something. And then that's when I'm going to just wrap up the day and just get something to eat. Maybe do another one of the rides. I'm definitely gonna do the train. Hopefully, by the time I get there, it's gonna be off shuttle mode, and hopefully they have the new cars area opened, or at least accessible for the train. Because as of right now, the train is still on shuttle mode, where it only goes back and forth from Fantasyland to Main Street Station. But yeah, no, actually, Big Thunder Mountain can actually cause the kidney stones to pass. Like they say that coaster specifically is perfect for kidney stones. Although the only roller coasters I rode after getting the kidney stone was, I'm pretty sure I rode Time Traveler, Thunderation, Fire in the Hole. Um, no way, I don't think I went on Thunderation during that day because that was when I went and it was raining, so we couldn't really do much. Anyway, as for Animal Kingdom, I'm probably gonna do Wildlife Express, Zootopia Better Together, Expedition Everest, and I think that'll probably be it. I might just spend half that time waiting to see Nick and Judy. And then I'll do that Bluey show if it's not crazy full like it is this year. But I will be seeing Nick and Judy, even if it kills me. Like, even if I have to wait in an hour-long line and wait there for the whole day, I'm seeing Nick and Judy. Because anything that is this exciting is worth the wait. Especially getting to meet my favorite Disney characters. Yeah, I'm not going to do Hollywood Studios or Epcot. I mean, who likes Epcot anyway? There's only like two attractions I would do in Epcot, that being Grand Fiesta Tour with the Three Caballeros and that one Imagination ride with Figment. Which, yeah, it's called Journey into Imagination with Figment. It's what people consider to be the worst Disney ride ever, but I mean, have they been on Small World? That ride definitely gives off creepy vibes. I mean, you're surrounded by a bunch of dolls all singing the same song over and over again in different languages. It honestly is not that bad. Small World, it doesn't look that bad. The song is pretty catchy, but it will probably be in your head for a while. So definitely be careful when going on that ride, which I will go on. I am going to be the brave soul that's going to go on It's a Small World. I'm also gonna go to the castle, obviously, because I mean, who doesn't? Who doesn't go to Disney just to look at the? I mean, who doesn't go to Disney and not look at the castle? Obviously, I can't go inside the castle, but yeah. The only things I would do in Hollywood Studios is meet Nick and Judy, do the Monsters Inc. ride as soon as it opens. Um, I would do Rock and Roller Coaster, but it's no longer going to be. It's not going to be Aerosmith anymore. It's going to be Electric Mayhem from the Muppets. But yeah. Sure as hell ain't anything. Sure as hell ain't doing anything Lion King related. Maybe if I have time, I'll do Tiana's Bayou Adventure, which is the replacement to Splash Mountain, mostly for the thrills. But you know, I will see some characters like I think when I go to the Magic Kingdom, I think I mostly want to see Donald Duck because honestly, he looks so lovable. Oh yeah, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I would do that in Hollywood Studios if I was going to Hollywood Studios. Oh yeah, and at the end of the day, I'm gonna watch the fireworks because it'd be rude not to. I'm definitely gonna see the Zootopia show though, because honestly, it looks like a lot of fun. Which I would have to time it correctly. As soon as I see people leaving the show, that's when I head to the theater, like the Tree of Life theater. I head to Better Together, and then as soon as I walk through that door, I am in that world and I have my carrot vision glasses and I'm about to go on an adventure with Officer Judy Hopps and Nicholas Wilde throughout the districts of Zootopia. Oh yeah, I will do the People Mover. That'll probably be one of the Tomorrowland attractions I'll do. Maybe Carousel of Progress because it teaches about electricity and it has a catchy song too. I will also take some time to see some shows because I mean it's Disney. Like I said, I'm going to see Zootopia Better Together. I am going to go see. I am going to do the Wildlife Express and Expedition Everest. Big Thunder Mountain is a must for me if it's still going to be open. Which I heard that right now it's closed for refurbishment. But yeah, we were going to go on a Hawaiian cruise and go to Disneyland, but because that changed, we're going to Central America instead, and we're going to be leaving from Tampa, Florida. I mean, maybe I could probably see about doing Busch Gardens, but well, yeah, it's one of those. We'll see what we can do. I know we're going to be driving for hours. I know that when I pass through Georgia, I need to tell Xander that I'm passing through. Well, then again, he might want me to stop by and see him, but we ain't stopping unless it's for like gas or food. I'm hoping that we can stay in a hotel that's not expensive, but maybe some hotel close to Disney, and then we'll head to Tampa, and then that's when we'll board our cruise, which I'm definitely gonna have to avoid overpacking. So I'm definitely not taking trains. I'm just gonna take my luggage and my care and my plushes. I might shoot an episode of Disney. Like maybe you know I'll have to where the Super Stationers all do the favorite Disney rides. Although the only exception will be Nick and Judy will not be a part of it because technically they're already going to be in Zootopia, or technically they're already going to be in that. But yeah, they're already going to be at Disney. In fact, I'm gonna have to where Thomas and Percy see the costume characters and like, hey, look, it's Officer Hobson Wild, and I will probably have the Disney engines talk like Walter and Roy and the Wildlife Express train, which yeah, I could probably do like a reggae accent for the Wildlife Express, but I don't want that to be too offensive. You see, I'm trying not to be offensive. Well, he looks European style. I could probably give him a British accent like Thomas and Percy. As for Big Thunder Mountain and Expedition Everest, I could probably have those trains talk. Which yes, Expedition Everest is themed after a train because there's a strange looking engine that is used at the back of the train, which has a smokestack unit which when it's at the station has a smokestack that actually makes smoke when it's at the station. I know that you go forwards and backwards on that ride. Like there's a part where you come up to a piece of broken track and then you back up into the caves. And then the Yeti breaks the tracks in front of you, and then that's when you start racing down the mountains. If I went to Universal, I would do the Simpsons ride, the Hogwarts Express, see the Back to the Future train, probably do that Fast and the Furious coaster that's like Time Traveler, if it's open, of course. See, if they still had it, I would do Terminator 2 3D, but well, sadly, they don't have Terminator 2 3D anymore, which is basically a um, a better Terminator sequel than the other Terminator film sequels aside from 2. Yeah, Terminator 2 is the only best Terminator sequel because, yeah, the other ones just felt unnecessary. But yeah. Anyway, as for my cruise, probably I will do some I will do some of the stuff off the boat, but well, yeah, it it really depends on the itinerary. Like if it shows anything like super fun, I would definitely do it. But if it's something that I'm not interested in, I'm probably just gonna stay on the boat while my family goes exploring. I just hope that they don't. I just hope that they aren't gonna have as much fun as you know as it wasn't gonna say. Like it says something that doesn't look fun to me, but it turns out to be really fun for them. Well, then again, there's always something fun to do on the cruise. There's karaoke, there's swimming, there's lots of activities for children and adults. But yeah, See, that's what I thought. If we already made the cruise payment for my ex, then I probably would have just used that money for you. But well, yeah, you'd probably have to pay to help get on this cruise. Like, yeah, I mean, your family's welcome to come along. I mean, you could probably see about getting on that same ship. I have to ask mom what ship it is because I forgot which one it is. Um, I know it's going to be a little smaller than the cruise ship we were planning on doing, which was the Carnival Radiance, but this is going to be a different Carnival cruise ship. Um, I'm just hoping that I'll still have fun stuff to do because, yeah, I'm sure it will because it'll have water slides and swimming pools. I know that sometimes they have dive-in movies, so that'll be nice to see under the stars, especially out at sea. I did hear that there's a lot of movement, like the boat sometimes rocks and stuff, especially on rough waters. But yeah, that's from what I've heard from mom because she was pretty prone to getting motion sick. Which thankfully I'm not prone to motion sickness. Ugh. Unless if it's like a small merry-go-round and I'm spinning around really fast, then I'm prone. Like that one at the Bourbon Park that I used to go on. It was like this yellow one. It was like for two, three, or four people. You could sit on it or you could stand on it. Stand on it was the best way. It had like springs underneath so you could spin around really fast. That thing made me sick. Like I feel like puking after going on that a lot. So I was so damn dizzy. Thankfully, I've handled spinning coasters and spinning rides, and I haven't gotten sick. Come to think of it, the only time I've gotten sick on a ride was that I ate, and then I went on to American Thunder, but I think it might have just been anxiety because after a while, because I went on American Thunder after eating a Bavarian pretzel and drinking a glass of Sprite. Oh wait, I did get sick on Mr. Freeze after riding it 7 times, but on the eighth time I had to get off because I was feeling more ill. Like I didn't want to throw up. I was like I had to get off, especially since I was on the very back, so I was going up to the top spire. There's also some guy who snuck in with us because well, I met him at Pandemonium and he decided to sneak in with us because he used to be a part of the American Costume Enthusiast, but he quit, and so he decided to just pretend that he was a part of who was with me. He was stopped. His partner was stopped by one of the workers, but he was able to get a couple rides in until the main American Coaster Enthusiast guy at, asked to see our passes, and I was like, "It's in my hat." He's like, "All right, you're good, but you need to get out after this ride." And then yeah, like I was worried that I was gonna get in serious trouble. Like I was scared. I was like, "Uh oh, I don't want to get in trouble." But yeah, Paul from the American Coaster Enthusiast is a pretty awesome guy. So if you're a part of the American Coaster Enthusiast, definitely check him out. He's pretty awesome. Honestly, it was to go on the tours too, like with the head Six Flags people, which I'm hoping they're going to stick around, even though it's going to be owned by Enchanted Parks, unless if Six Flags is just going to drop them because they're no longer working for them. I don't think that's the case though. I'm pretty sure they're going to keep the same workers. I mean, Jerry said that he's going to stay, so I mean, unless they switch to diesel hydraulic. But who knows? Maybe he might just learn to drive it, or operate it. But hey, maybe if he decides to quit, he could come work at the Wabash Frisco Pacific with me and my crew and my family because my mom and dad are going to work for the WFP too. My mom's probably going to work for like gift shop, and then my dad might help with train maintenance. Like he might become a brakeman, then a conductor, and then an engineer. I feel like my dad would love that job, working on the railroad with me. But yeah. Anyway, we're getting pretty close to the 1 hour mark, so we're gonna wrap up here. So that was the updates about what's going on. I'll keep you all posted about what's to happen. I think my next stream is gonna be at Six Flags on the train. So stay tuned for my Six Flags opening day stream, which I'm probably going to do on the train, not the first train ride of the day. I'm just going to film that, but I will stream on the train, and I'll probably stream around the park a little bit too. But yeah, I'm mostly just going to stream on the train. Anyway, that's all for the stream. So like, subscribe, Drew Thomas, and thanks for watching. And I will see you all in the next stream. Good night, and pickle suck.